Are you planning to learn a foreign language so that you can move abroad with more confidence? Well, then stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to give you 7 things that you want to consider before enrolling into a language learning program. And as a bonus, I'm going to share with you how I learned French before I moved to France. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are already a subscriber, thank you. If you're new here, welcome, and consider subscribing and clicking that notification bell so that you will be alerted each time I upload a video about moving abroad, life in France, or finding the confidence and courage to live life on your terms. I'm Patricia Brooks, and 5 years ago, I left the United States and I moved to the south of France. And it has been an incredible experience. I've learned so much about life and about myself. And in these videos, I share some of that. The reason I'm doing this video is because I had a conversation with somebody recently who is planning a move to France and wants to learn French. And he happened on a language learning program. And he asked me for my opinion about it, whether or not I thought it was worth it. And that was really a hard question for me to answer because, number one, I hadn't been through the program, but number two, everybody's learning style and how they learn best is different. And so for me to say, yeah, I think this is worth it or not, was not what I could offer. But what I could offer were 7 things for him to consider when he was looking to enroll in a program. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. But before I jump into those 7 things, I want to just give you a little bit of a background about how I learned French before I moved to France. I did take a French language class in high school and at university, but I didn't learn French in those classes in the 4 years that I took those classes because, number one, I wasn't motivated. Number two, I didn't have a reason to learn French. Number 3, I thought that my brother got the language learning gene and I didn't, and so that I would not be able to learn it. And so those 3 things combined did not help me to learn French in school. But a few years before I moved to France, my motivation was different because I wanted to move to a French-speaking country. I saw the value in putting in the time. I had had some successes in life, and so I believed that I could learn this foreign language. And so some things had changed for me. And so I decided before I took a trip to Quebec City, Canada, because I wanted to speak French with the locals, to sign up for the Pimsleur method. Now, the Pimsleur method is an audio program that has 30-minute lessons you listen to daily, and you speak and you repeat after the prompts, and little by little, through time-spaced repetition, you learn the language. And it was really powerful for me. I went on a daily walk every day that was longer than 30 minutes. So I decided I would just tack that on to my daily walk. I would just do it during my daily walk. And so that helped me to stay accountable. And that's how I learned a base level of French that allowed me to understand slow spoken French when I landed here in 2018 and allowed me to communicate fairly well when I got here. Now, I have to say, when I got here, I recognized how much more I needed to do to get to what I would consider fluent. And so I did enroll in a proper French class. I went into class and learned in a classroom setting. And that helped me to learn the grammar, which helped to solidify some of the things that I was doing unconsciously, but that knowing the why behind it helped me to better understand and learn more of the language. So that was my language learning journey. This year, I have committed to learning Spanish at a basic level so that when I do visit Spain, which is just 20 minutes from my home, that I don't have the frustration of not being able to communicate with the locals. And so that's my goal. And I'm going to take the same approach. I'm going to do the Pimsleur method, and I'll probably get up to through the 2nd level of Pimsleur in Spanish, and then see how I'm doing, see if my motivation has changed. Is it stronger? Do I need to enroll in a proper Spanish class, classroom class? or not, and then go from there. What other things do I want to add? Do I want to start reading Spanish books? Do I want to watch Spanish TV? What things could I then add to my language learning to improve there? But that is to be seen. So that is how I learned French. That is how I plan to learn Spanish. I'm curious, did you take a language in high school or at university? Were you successful in actually learning the language there? Let me know in the comments. Now, there are 7 things that I think are important for you to do or consider when you are thinking about signing up for a language learning program. The first one is understanding yourself. How do you best learn? Are you an auditory learner? Are you a visual learner? Do you like one-on-one contact with a teacher, or are you better in a classroom? Or do you like to have online lessons? Are you, structured enough to do that? Or do you like some combination of online learning with engagement with the teacher? Knowing that can help you to narrow down your choices in picking a language program. So that's the first thing, figuring out how you learn best and then narrowing down your choices. And the second thing that you want to consider when you're thinking about signing up for a program is the person who is going to be teaching you that language. Now, whether that be in video, whether that be in person, whether that be one-on-one through the internet, do you like the person? Do you trust them? Do you have a connection with them? Because if you don't, that can make it more challenging for you to learn the language, right? If every week or every couple of days you got to meet with this person who you don't like or you don't trust or who just doesn't get you in how you learn, it's going to be challenging to stay motivated and stick with it. But on the other hand, if you do like this person and how they approach teaching, then it's going to be easier for you to stay consistent. And consistency is the key to learning anything new, including a new language. So do you like the person who is going to be teaching you the language? The third thing you want to consider is, what is your goal in learning the language? For me, when I was learning French, I wanted to become fluent. I wanted to be able to communicate at a good level because I was going to be living in France. My goal in learning Spanish is slightly different. I want to be able to communicate well enough so that when I do travel to Spain, it's not going to be frustrating for me to communicate some basic things. That's my aim. And I think knowing that can then inform what level of program you sign up for. And later on, I'm going to talk about this, how much you spend on that program. Number 4 is accountability. Does the program you're considering have this baked into it? And if it doesn't, how are you going to hold yourself accountable? For me, with learning French, I had a habit of walking every morning. And so I just added learning French on my morning walk to that habit. And that allowed me to be consistent and hold myself accountable. All right, so accountability is really important here. Number 5 is, does the program you're considering have a component about moving through blocks that you might have to learn a new language? I know as adults, it is challenging, or it can be challenging to learn a new language because we don't want to sound stupid. We don't want to make mistakes. And when you learn a new language, you make mistakes. You might not sound as smart as you really are. And that can be hard for many of us to move through. And so if the program has some mindset work built in to help you move through that, that can go a long way to you and your success in learning this new language. Number 6 is, how much are you willing to spend on learning this new language? Because there's a huge range of what's out there. And so knowing this can help you to also narrow down what programs are available to you. Number 7 is make a decision, right? You can analyze and study, this language program and that language program, and, until you're blue in the face. And until you decide and pick one and start the lessons, you're not going to move forward with learning that language. So number 7 is decide, make a decision, and move forward. So those are the 7 things that I think are helpful in considering a new language program. Learning a new language is one thing that you might have to care for when you make a move abroad, but there are so many others, and it can be overwhelming to deal with all of them all on your own. And so if you're feeling a little bit of this overwhelm, or maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck in doing some of the things you've already started, I'd love to have a conversation to see where you are, where you might be blocked, and if our working together could help you move through this more easily so that you can finally start this new chapter of your life in your dream country. So I'm going to put a link to my calendar in the description so that you can schedule a time for us to talk. And I really look forward to that. Now, that is all I have for you today. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it if you found it valuable. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.